These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
Hello, I'm Christine Stanwood with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. Another busy week in the 2024 legislative season. Rachel Louise, just with our ABC15 political team, breaks down those key takeaways and the big stories we're watching for in the week ahead.
A bill that legalizes low riding in communities that have banned it might be cruising towards Governor Katie Hobbs' desk. The bill passed the House Rules Committee with full support. Some communities in Arizona have ordinances that lowriders say targets them alone and stops the community tradition of cruising. Next, the Arizona Senate denied the House's plan to adjourn for a week as 17 of its members head to Israel. The bipartisan group of state lawmakers are expected to meet with families who have loved ones being held hostage in Gaza. The trip should last for 6 days. Finally, we saw Fred Duvall step down as chair of the Board of Regents. He'll stay on the board, but someone else will be chair. This as the University of Arizona faces a $177 million budget shortfall, something Hobbs blames Duvall and the board for. The board's executive director also announced he'd be taking a leave of absence. On our watch list for this week, we could see Governor Katie Hobbs make changes to that embattled board. Hobbs has the ability to dismiss members. Meanwhile, Republicans in the legislature continue to move decisions on their priorities from Hobbs to the voters.
I won't sign legislation that does that.
Hobbs vetoed a record number of bills last year, so Republican leadership has turned to sending resolutions to the ballot, where they might have a better chance of becoming law. More than 70 ballot referrals have been introduced. And one last question for November's ballot, will Kyrsten Sinema be on it? Arizona's independent U.S. Senator still hasn't announced her plans, but only has until April 1st, less than a month, to gather 42,000 valid signatures to make the ballot. For ABC 15's political team, I'm Rachel Louise Just.
We want to get to this. Yavapai County Director of Elections official notifying voters who are not on the active early voter list that a printing error happened during the production process in over 3,900 sample ballots. We know those corrected sample ballots will be mailed to those affected no later than Tuesday, March 5th. If you do not receive a corrected sample ballot, then the initial sample ballot sent to your home does not contain the printing error. As we take a look at gas prices, it's becoming a bit of a sticker shock to drivers in Arizona. According to AAA, the national average almost 20 cents more than last month at $3.32. And we're seeing that same thing, that same increase in Arizona. Average price in the state currently at $3.42. If you're in the Phoenix area, you're looking at $3.48, and then over in the East Valley, $3.43. Next week, SRP in the city of Phoenix will begin removing trees that threaten those overhead power lines. Tree removals are scheduled to begin tomorrow, March 4th at 7th Street and Greenway. This is going to reduce any potential safety risks while also increasing power reliability. For every tree that's removed, though, 3 more will be planted as part of SRP's Right Tree, Right Place program. The number 1 ranked Arizona men's wheelchair basketball retiring its first jersey in history, and it's all in honor of Tucson native Rudy Gallego. Gallego was a really big part in the start of the adaptive athletics program 50 years ago. The Vietnam veteran lost his leg in battle and turned to the sport of wheelchair basketball. However, Gallego passed away November of last year, so his son says retiring his father's jersey is just an honor.
We just wish he was here to do it. I think we as a family, we want it more than he does because he never really wanted the spotlight. He really wasn't a big guy on the spotlight. He was more about everybody else.
Gallego also started the Juniors Active and Wheelchair Sports program. He's going to be inducted into the U of A Adaptive Athletics Hall of Fame in April.
With your most accurate forecast, I'm meteorologist Ashley DiMartino. We are keeping our temperatures nice and cool for the start of the week. We will have temperatures starting off in the low 50s. We'll make our way to 65 degrees at noon, 72 at 4 p.m., and then back in the 60s at 6 p.m. We are going to be seeing our temperatures around the state staying right around the seasonal average with a little bit cooler conditions and still breezy across northern Arizona. 47 for Flagstaff tomorrow, 54 for Payson, 53 for Prescott, 67 for Bullhead City, 69 for Quartzsite, 62 for Globe, and 51 for Show Low. The extended forecast, we do have those temperatures slowly warming up as we head into the mid part of the week. 78 expected on your Wednesday. Another system coming through only gives the valley a very slight chance for some light showers on our Thursday as temperatures drop below normal again, but then we dry out, we warm things up. We'll be in the 80s by next weekend.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to ABC15.com or download the free ABC15 mobile app.
These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.